So, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the athletical endeavors of Michael Jordan. You know, jumping from the free throw line. Pretty impressive. But the horses and... Look at this. This guy had his Air Jordans on. I don't know... I mean, he still got killed, but... Go back and play that on like 0.25 speed. That dude's airtime was like at least 2 seconds. Oh, right here I get... Okay. I thought I got killed by another guy here. I was already hurt, so the plane killing me wasn't, you know, that egregious. But, something a little bit further up, I get killed by a guy. I thought he killed me there, but I was mistaken. Anyway, this map. Now, if you don't know, a lot of Battlefield maps are, I guess you could say, located in foreign areas with very interesting names, and I sometimes like to figure out how to say them. For instance, in Battlefield 4, there was a map called, if you enunciate it incorrectly, Golmud Railway. And I'm not the best with Chinese, but I believe it is pronounced Guillermo Railway. Well, they don't say railway, but Golmud is Guillermo, apparently. And, oh, is this... I think this is where I get killed. Is this the guy? Dude, this is so perfect. Rob G. And it's poetic because, take note, I'm throwing C4 at him, or dynamite, and then he kills me. Later on, you'll see why that's poetic. And, let's just say, he gets dunked on, okay? To put it metaphorically, he is the icing to my Dunkaroos. I am the wielder of the Dunkaroos, dunking on him. And if you don't know about Dunkaroos, they are very often used to dunk. Hence the name, Dunkaroos. But anyway, I was back to the foreign names. This map, you would think it's pronounced Lupkow, but you'd be totally wrong. And I did some Google investigation, and I was able to find a dictionary of Polish letters to figure out how to enunciate this name. And here's how you do it. The L with a dash through it is enunciated as a W sound. Pretty weird, but you know, fair enough, I don't know. I think there's like a speech impediment where you say L sounds as W, so I don't know. Then you have the letter U, which is the oo sound, like as in doot. Then you have P, which is just a P sound. So the first part, we have whoop. Then you have the second part, K, that hard K sound, you know, pretty standard. Then you have the O with the dash over it, and that is the oo sound, like the letter U, as in doot. I don't know why you would have two letters. They have the same sound, but fair enough. And then you have the W, which is a V sound. So to put it all together, you have Łupków. Yeah, I bet you feel very culturally enriched and very worldly now. And you know, that's just a little nifty thing you can put in your arsenal of knowledge. The next time you're playing, you're like, hey guys, I can't wait to play Łupków. And just like unnecessarily say the name of the map like 20 times. You guys ready for some Łupków Pass? I love Łupków. Łupków Pass, dude. What a great map. Alright, so there you go. I guess I can talk about the weapon I'm using, the SMG-08. This gun, it's so weird. It initially was a very slow-firing, high-capacity weapon, but you can't even call it the ugly duckling that grew up into something great, because the ugly duckling was like more natural. It just sort of changed as it grew up. This gun, it's more like if the ugly duckling got plastic surgery, started doing steroids. It's the best way. I got this guy's name. Instead of checkmate, it's cheekmate. Very cheeky, mate. The best way. The SMG-08 is basically Kyle's dad. It's like, I don't want to be a human anymore. I want to be a dolphin. The SMG-08 is like, please make me into a baby Villaparosa. And that's basically what it is at this point. Also, you'll take note of the awesome camo I have. I would say my favorite are the wood camos, the wood finish. I like my gun to look like the interior of a 90s Lexus. But I will settle for this one, this sort of bronze. I don't know if you would call that gold. It's a very tarnished yellow. It reminds me of Reese Cups, or perhaps Butterfingers. I always prefer, I don't like Buttercups, they get stuck in my teeth or whatever. So I call it the Reese Cup camo. It's not like, I don't know if I call them camos, paint jobs? The Reese Cup, I use the Reese Cup paint on any weapon I can, which is only 2 weapons, but guess what? I use both of those weapons this game, so this match is just full of Reese Cups. Bit unfortunate there. I have a very slow start in this round, I would say. You know, sometimes you get caught with one foot off the merry-go-round, and it's just like, am I getting on this thing? Am I getting off? I don't know. It just, you know, it happens. And this is dude, I play so bad here. This flank is so bad. I'm so exposed to the enemy team. They're just all staring at me. So of course I get put down to 8 HP. And I get blocked by my teammate as I'm like sliding to cover. I can't blame this guy. You know, I shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. Alright, what do we do here? You know, I don't think I've mentioned, this is shock operations. Dude, okay, this is it. This is the Dunkarooing begins. First I get Daniel with a grenade, that's 1. I push up, this fellow's retreating, what are you doing? That's 2. Uno, dos, tres, I can't speak any more Spanish. I killed Daniel again. And what? Like, this guy, I'm sure there is a logical explanation for what just happened. Maybe like, because of his HUD, he thought I was a teammate, or there was a delay. This guy's like Bernard, like his teammates are like, there's a guy killing us and he just threw dynamite, and Rob G's like, doesn't look like anything to me. You know what what Rob G also reminds me of in that instance? Yesterday I one banged a full sesh of the Harry Potter. It's not a trilogy, a 7ology? I don't know. The entire from the beginning to the end, it was on HBO, and I was very lackadaisical in viewing it, so I had to just one bang it in a single sesh. It was very entertaining, I gotta say. And in the first, I don't know, I think it's the first movie. I'll bet cheeky, mate. So you have Harry Potter, and if you don't know, he is a seeker for his house's team in Quidditch. Now, as he is picked for the Quidditch team, a upperclassman who is the captain of the Gryffindor Quidditch team, one day, either after school or between studies, this guy, I think his name is like Oliver Wood, if I recall correctly, he takes him to a secluded area of the Hogwarts campus and shows him his balls, his Quidditch balls. And for those of you who are not well versed, look at, dude, 2, Bit Cheeky Mate and Jager, why are you in the tree? You are not a Christmas ornament, and it is July. Get out of that tree. What are you doing? Anyway, back to Quidditch. So he's showing him the balls of Quidditch. For those of you who don't know, there are 3 types of balls. You have the quaffle, which is the ball you use to score with. Then you have 2 bludgers, which you use to pummel and beat the opposing team. And finally, you have the Golden Snitch. And Golden Snitch is a very small golden ball with wings, and it is worth so many points if you catch it. If you catch it, you automatically win the game. And as Oliver is explaining to Harry, he's like, if you catch this, Potter, we win the game. It flies out of his hand. It like goes up like 1.5 feet and starts to sputter around. And Harry, obviously looks at it like, whoa, this is so cool. Oliver just like randomly just like starts looking in the totally opposite direction. He has no clue what's going on. It's just funny because that just reminds me of Rob G. And obviously, not to, make fun of that actor. I assume what happened, it's CGI, so like the director or the CGI, someone didn't direct him well enough to act well. They're like, okay, the Golden Snitch, it flies up and you have a hard time tracking it. And they don't tell him where it's going. So he's like looking in the totally opposite direction. And then when they put the CGI in, it's just like 1 or 2 feet up right next to him, and he has no idea what's happening. I know that was a very long-winded explanation as to why, or as to why I think Rob G is like that, but it just popped into my head. And I gotta say, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but there's a second round. Obviously, these guys, they don't take this base, and they get the behemoth on the second round. And I braked. Rob G is a broken man, okay? Because in the second round, all of his kills are in the behemoth. This guy sits in the behemoth all game. And you'll see what his score is at the end of this round, and I want you to guess how many points he gets, how many kills he gets in the second round in the behemoth. It's more than you would think, alright? Alright, and just right here, I wanted revenge on Jaeger. And sometimes, sometimes you get what I call God timing. Like, I didn't really outplay this fellow, it's just I knew his general location, and I see a teammate firing at someone, and he just gets unlucky. Like, he's getting shot from the front, and then I just like pop out of the snow like, oh, let me just squeeze by here and steal your kill and shoot you in the back. It happens. Alright, so did I mention Shock Operation? I don't know if I got to this. This is Shock Operations, the 40-player variant of Operations. And here's an interesting thing. It's on some DLC maps, but you don't need to have the DLC downloaded to play the maps on Shock Operations, which is a very nifty mechanic, I guess you could say, because I hope it will keep this game mode populated, because I'm not a huge fan of 64-player ops, but 40 players, I'd say it's the sweet spot for Operations. So my general first impressions of Shock Ops, I like to call it Shock Ops. It's a bit of a slant rhyme, because I know K and P don't, it's called assonance, which when two words have a similar vowel sound, it's a slant rhyme. Shock Ops, it's a slant rhyme. Alright, you'll see here, Rob G, top of his team, 23-8, got about 7,000 points. Now, this was the first time I played this map. I didn't know if they were going to get elite classes, because the map I played before this, the nighttime French map, they just got a ton of elite classes. So I didn't know what was about to happen here. I was like, okay, oh no. Okay, you better buckle up, bucko, because shit's about to get bumpy. When you have an airship on a map with very little cover, it can get pretty hectic. So you'll see here, I have a tactic which I have developed. I think I found this out because some guy used it against me, and I was like, what? What you do is you get a LMG, very high capacity. I don't remember the name of this one, but you'll notice I have the Reese Cup camo. It looks pretty good. And what you do is you basically hang back with a bipod and shoot the people out of the turrets. Okay, now I guess you could say you're not playing the objective as much or as well as you could, but hear me out. Obviously, I'm hanging back from the objective, but what I'm doing here, obviously I'm killing some of the enemies, which is, you know, if they're dead, they can't shoot my teammates, or if they're in the airship over the objective. I almost said yeah, I don't know. Was I about to say OBJ? I don't know. Obviously, if they're dead, they can't shoot my teammates or be on the objective. And another thing, even if I don't kill them, I'm sort of annoying them and distracting them from the objective, and they're shooting at me instead of teammates down on the objective. You'll see here, these fellows, I don't know if it's one guy shooting at me or if they're all teaming up. He's struggling to kill me. I don't know if he's very bad with the behemoth or if they got nerfed. Either way, he's having a rough go of it. Let's see. Not much to say here. I'm just shooting at the airship. And you'll see I am hanging back, but you can't really move up to the objective and shoot at the airship with this tactic. And you'll see, sometimes it's very difficult to get a read on where the enemy is at in those turrets, because you can shoot them from any side because there's bullet penetration. So sometimes you'll get a hit marker and it's like, wait, where is this guy, on the left side or the right side or more towards the front? I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure. But other times it's very easy to see where they are. Like that time, you know. You shoot at the guys that, oh, a bit cheeky, mate. Dude, this game, I get cheekmates goose very heftily, I would say. And you know, sometimes that happens. That rear turret was destroyed, so I don't have to worry about that. You'll see here, this is where it can be difficult to find where they are. I'm shooting at the left side, and the guy I hit was on the right side of the turret, and I could still hit him, but I thought he was on the left side, so I mistakenly shoot the left side, and I don't get any more hit markers. Get stuck on this. Dude, I don't know if they like buffed the razor, the barbed wire. Oh, look at this guy. This is a lost cause for this fellow, because I don't know, he's shooting the rocket gun at the airship and it does like 2 or 3 damage. So this is a lost cause. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's like, I'm hiding. I can't see you. You can't see. I don't know what this guy's thought process was. He either was like, okay, I can't see him, so he can't hit me. Or what I think may have been more likely, he's getting shot from behind. He's getting shot by an LMG, and his stupid horse is stuck behind a tree, and he's just like, well, guess I'll die. This is it. This is the end. And you see me, I think this guy's name is Bradley. I like these little mini, like the 1-round rivalries and friendships. Like, this guy, I'll never see or speak to this guy Bradley, but it's like, you're using your rockets in vain, but I will stand by you, buddy, and I will resupply you, because you're at least trying, you know? Alright, that Bradley's moved up to B, good for him. And I think I move up to A eventually. You'll see right there, I do a nifty reload cancel. I don't know how useful it is, but it looks cool, so yeah. I see Alpha's being taken, so I'm already pretty close, and at this point I figure, okay, I'll push up. I survey the landscape before I push up. Looks clear, you know. Nearly break my ankles and my kneecaps, somehow survive. Oh, this is embarrassing. Well, it's not really embarrassing. I think I hear this guy below me, but he's above me. But check out this medic, smock him. There was a split second where he was like 6 meters away, then like 20, and then like right on top of me. And I want to know, this guy's name is Smockum, I think 83. Obviously, I could understand if his name was Smokum instead of Smokum, because, like, yeah, Smokum was probably taken. But was Smokum also taken? So he's like, well, guess I gotta put numbers in it, you know? I don't know. It's just a little humorous to me. Okay, at this point, I think I start to fall back. I'm like, I want to use my bipod tactic. But then I see the elite kit, and I'm like, I do not want this guy to get this. I throw smoke. I like to throw smoke on elite classes because, you know, you just need to knife them once from the back, and you're good. So smoke is very useful against them. Not so much against the flamethrower, because he just needs to hit you a few times. So you can just spin around like a ballet dancer shooting fire. Okay, this guy, the Gaming Shadow 8, you might think you got me. You might think the joke's on me, but guess what, buddy? You, not only is the joke not on me and the joke is on you, you are about to be the icing to my Dunkaroos. This round is the Dunkarooing. I start to shoot this guy. Again, I'm not sure where I'm shooting, or rather, I know where I'm shooting, but I don't know this guy's on the left or the right side. So I regroup, kind of hide for a little bit, you know, and this guy doesn't know where I'm at. And there you go. How do you like that? Okay, obviously not very impressive. Shooting a guy out of the turret. He's just a sitting duck, or a floating duck, you know, whatever. Fish in a barrel, that's sort of barrel-esque. A barrel on an airship. But that's not the dunking. The dunking has yet to occur on the Gaming Shadow. You'll see here, I believe this is him. He starts to get hit, and he's just like, nope. He's so scared. Look at this guy. This guy's such a goofball. He deploys his parachute, and it's just like, what? Dude, what? Here's some advice. You do not want to open your parachute that early, because at that point, you are just a floating target that is very easy to hit. If you have been getting beamed on by a bipod LMG, and then you start to get hit again, and then you bail, and you don't put out your parachute, because you're just making it easy for me. You'll see here, I'm a little bit better. I don't break my ankles or my kneecaps. Only do 3 damage. I like to imagine this guy right here, that was the Gaming Shadow, and I like to think he learned the error of his ways. He's like, okay, I need to rethink my strategy. I deployed my parachute really early and it got me killed. So I'm going to change my tactics and deploy it a little bit later. And if that was the Gaming Shadow, good job, buddy. You know, no hard feelings. It's really impressive when you see either enemy. Look, Rob G. This guy only uses the airship for the rest of the game. This guy, if you're that, I know I can't really talk because I was using the SMG-08, which is kind of a shenanigans class. But it's not like I have 100 service. I don't even think I have 5 service stars with the SMG-08. So I'm at like pre-stage 1 cancer shenanigans with the SMG-08. But if you're the type, oh, a bit cheeky, mate. I'm getting this guy's goose so hard. If you are the type of individual to sit in the behemoth an entire round, I hope that you better. The rock obscured my vision, but I like to think that guy deployed his parachute a little bit lower. If you are the type of player who will sit in behemoth all game, that is stage 4 shenanigans, and I do not approve of it. How dare you? The type of people who do that are probably the type of people who prefer pancakes over waffles. Don't even get me started. Okay. A bit cheeky, mate. This guy got me, but like cheaters in hide and seek, that does not count because you use the behemoth. So I call a mulligan. It does not count. See here, using my bipod tactic. I'm a bit too close, so I think I fall. Yeah, I fall back. Where was I? What was I talking about? Pancakes and waffles. I haven't had waffles all year because I'm actually on a diet. My New Year's resolution: low carb. So no soda, no pizza, no donuts, no waffles, no tacos and burritos. Dude, nice parachuting. I want to. Please tell me that was the Gaming Shadow. Because if it is, that is so cool that he instantly, like, flipped the switch and was like, okay, time to do the Halo parachute. The high altitude, low... I don't know what the... Oh, low operation of parachute. Low opening of parachute, probably. I guess it's not really high altitude. It's more just that the low parachute technique, the low opening. You know, and that's a very important tactic to use in Battlefield. Alright, so right here, Alpha's being taken. I want to do a little flankaroo. This guy preempts it though. Very intelligent. Bipoded up, watching a lane, holding it down so we can't go that way to Alpha. And I just, dude, and smock him. This guy's a great medic. Bless you. God bless. Alright, so we lose that objective. And I'm like, oh jeez. Alright. Okay, something to take note here. When I spawn in here, I'm wondering... I haven't been paying close attention. And I'm like, there's gotta be like, emplaced AAs here. I look on the map, they're not there. Now the thing is, for this game mode, the emplaced AAs... the anti-air guns, they don't appear in your spawn. They will only appear in the active sector of objectives. And I know it's kind of annoying because it's like, oh, a bit cheeky, mate, gotcha. It's kind of, what is this? This guy has 2 mines right on. I don't know what that guy's plan is, but I leave him to it. Whatever. Anyway, it sounds kind of tough because it's like, well, the AA is really exposed, but in my single experience with this one round, I feel like it plays out okay, so fair enough, you know? Right here, I'm trying to find a location to fire. You'll see here, if you're too close to the behemoth, you can't really shoot at the behemoth, unless you want to do it without the bipod, but firing, using an LMG without a bipod, what is this, Battlefield 3? Get out of here. I'm too, oh god. Doesn't count. Cheekmate, that does not count. That's, if you kill me with a behemoth, it doesn't count, so, sorry buddy. So I switched to assault. I remember, I didn't know exactly how much damage the rocket gun would do, so I switched to it, and I do, you'll see, I end up doing a total of 12 damage, but if you look on the left, it says, in a round, perform 300 vehicle damage using explosives, and I'm currently at 0 of 300. So I don't know what the fractions are for behemoth damage, but doing 12 damage to a behemoth does not equal even 1 damage. So, yeah. And what I should have done, I don't know if the anti-air rocket gun, I don't know if it does more damage, like to the behemoth, because I'm like, it's an air vehicle, so will it do more damage? I don't know. You'll see here, there's an emplaced AA, it's broken. Something I should have done is, I was playing support, using the repair tool would have been a very advantageous move, but I don't think I do it. Try to switch to dynamite here, and then I realize I don't have dynamite. I gotta kill this guy the old-fashioned way. And as I'm taking damage, I'm like, oh god, this airship. Time to skedoodle. And I'm lurking in the shrubbery. And I know I sometimes mock people who lurk in shrubbery, but to be fair, I'm only doing this until my health begins to regen. And even though it's a bit risky to move around with low health, I do it anyway, you know? Going right here. Notice this guy is an elite class. Kersplushki. you might, this guy Mustang might think, oh, totally outplayed this guy. But look at it this way. The elite class is very powerful. So killing one of those as opposed to killing just a regular infantry player, it was a more valuable play for me to sacrifice myself and kill the elite class. Also, I'm a defender, so, you know, sometimes I feel like people, they care too much about their KD as a defender. Now, obviously, if you get killed, for whatever time you're respawning, you are not on the actual map, either defending a flag or an MCOM or getting kills. So obviously you don't want to die too much because then you're out of the game too much. But you don't want to be super concerned. If you have a chance to sacrifice yourself as a defender and kill either a vehicle or an elite class, you should definitely do it. Check out this technique. I've used this, I think I have smoke on the support class because throwing smokes on a tank and then limpiting it, very great tactic. But it's also good for what I call the octopus technique. And it's like, if you don't know anything about the octopus, when they are scared, they will shoot out some inky ink, and then like just skadoodle. And I'm just like, I like pop some ink out and I'm like, skadoodle. I don't know if that's the sound an octopus would make in the snow, but you know. Oh dude, right here. I'm looking on the minimap. I don't remember what the AA looks like on the minimap. And I'm like, is there an AA here? And then there is. And I'm like, yes. The best... Bit cheeky, mate. Cool name. The best way I can explain this. It's like if you have a dog and you leave it alone for whatever amount of time. And you come back and the dog is like freaking out. You can just tell from like the twinkle in the dog's eye that it has missed you. Very much. And you can sense the dog is like, I thought you were gone forever. And it's like, I went to get the mail. And it's like, it's been years. And I was gone for like 30 seconds. For me, it's like, I have not seen an AA in years. And it's like, well, you saw a broken one like 5 minutes ago. And you used one probably like a few rounds ago. But anyway, I was very, very excited to get that AA. This is this guy. What is this guy? Why are you parachuting? You're just floating. This guy too, he's like looking the other way. I don't know what these two fellows are doing. What? Look, the Gaming Shadow 8 switched to the winning team. How? You are a broken man. You, what? Oh, who's more broken? Who has a more broken soul? Rob G, the man who sat in a behemoth the entire round, or the Gaming Shadow who's just like, this guy killed me twice, switching to his team. These guys are both pancake enthusiasts, I will tell you that. Okay, I'm gonna talk real fast here. Shout out to the Bookish Hippo, and look on the top left, the HUD. You might have to rewind it, but if you look up at the HUD next to the alpha symbol next to the Russian flag, for a split second, right as the game ends, you see this guy just like fall from the sky like a rock. And it was very humorous to me in the moment. Obviously I'm not laughing now because I'm so removed from it that it's only funny in the moment, but it gave me a chuckle seeing that guy fall to the ground. You'll see here, the HUD, I don't know, for like shock operations, the post-game HUD is like gone. So you can't see who the A squad was, except you can, because I got the Reese Cup camo. Yeah, look how classy that is. Oh god, dude, it makes me feeling very nostalgic about Reese Cups. It's been so long, and I cannot wait to eat them at New Year's. Okay, again, Rob G. How many kills and how much score do you think he got sitting in the behemoth the entire game? Nearly 28,000 points, and he went 60-11. What annoys me the most is people are going to look at that. My teammates and people on his team are going to look at him going 60-11, Like, oh man. And first of all, I want to know how he got so many points. Like, did the squad boost give you more score in the final scoreboard? Or like, did this guy complete like 5 medals in one game? Or do you get like more points for behemoth kills? I don't know. But I might sound a little bothered, but I'm not, because I broke him. When you make a dude, he got dunked on so hard, he was just like, I'm no longer getting on the ground. I'm just gonna sit in the behemoth the entire round. So this guy clearly prefers pancakes over waffles. You know, whatever. So shock operations, 40 players. I really prefer it over 64 player ops. And if they would bring shock operations to more maps, that would be very dandy in my opinion. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Wow, gold got me. I'm down. Do we have highway?
No way. He's going for it, Aaron.
B is burning. B is burning. That means A's probably burning too.
My bad, dude. I couldn't get that kill. It's...
Save B, please.